What's up, guys? This is Chris here, and today we're going to be shooting a pretty fun pistol. Today we have the brand new release of an all-new Glock 17. Now this one is special because not only is it made by Taran Tactical, probably the best Glock on earth, but it's also the gun of the main character of the brand new movie Ballerina, which is releasing today. Luckily for me, I'm doing the release of the gun for Taran and partially for you guys, which we'll see here in a minute. Now, the movie Ballerina is a spin-off of the John Wick series. It even has Keanu in it with his own gun, but the gun today is the Glock 17 Combat Master used by the main character, again, of the brand new movie Ballerina. Now, this isn't just a movie gun, this is a brand new release for 2025, and it is sort of the Pit Viper in Glock form. If a Glock and a Pit Viper had a baby, it would be this. We have the standard issue butler cut underneath the compensator there. We have a completely cut out slide on the top to relieve all the weight that we have a very light reciprocating mass. Super low optics mounting system, co-witness sights right through the optic. And then the star of the show is the Pit Viper-ish compensator on there with the dual port system, which looks like it's gonna work pretty well.
I definitely think that this kind of helps out a lot.
Now, if you've had a Glock before and you didn't like the trigger, you've never had a Taran Tactical Glock. And the reason why I say that is they use these Timney triggers, but then they gunsmith them like crazy, and you get probably the lightest Glock trigger I've ever felt in my life. It's like 2 or 3 pounds. I'm not even joking around. And the reset is actually pretty good as well. I picked this up over at Battlehawk, and the guys were fondling it because they'd never felt a Glock trigger like this before. And most of those guys actually carry a Glock to tell you how good this is. Now, on top of that, we have the agency arms cuts on the side. We have stippling all down the grip, which feels great. We have Taran's magwell, and all of this gun screams go fast. So that's exactly what we're going to do today. We're going to go out and take a couple hundred rounds, and we're going to shoot it as quick as we can. Now, you guys know I'm a big fan of Glocks, but they are limited a little bit on the feature set. That's why if you pick up one of these, you can fix all of those issues and still have a super cool looking pistol. Now, we're gonna go out and shoot this today, but I do wanna thank Taran over at Taran Tactical for sending me this to shoot for you guys. Really appreciate him. This is a pre-production model. This is just a prototype, and I really wanted to get this gun out and shoot it for you guys, and I really appreciate him for helping us out and letting me shoot this gun. So without further ado, let's go get it. All right, so we're gonna pop the first mag to this. I just lubed it up with Slip 2000. One thing I should mention is it does come with some sick mags, and it also comes with all the Taran Tactical base plates, which I've been using for literally a decade. I use them on my CZ Shadow, I use them on my Glock, I use them on a whole bunch of stuff. And we got Blazer brass in here right now because I got a bunch of it thanks to True Shot, but I'm not sure if it's gonna work with the comp or not, because sometimes they work with comp, sometimes they don't. So we'll pile a magazine out here and see how it shoots, see how it operates, see how it feels, and then I'll go in and zero it. I know it sounds counterintuitive, but I get excited. Seems to be mostly zeroed right out of the box, which is pretty cool. 115 grain Federal now, we'll give that a go. That's so fucking ridiculous. I can't believe this is a Glock. Another magazine of Blazer, right about 55 yards right now behind the truck. Ooh. I gave up on that little one. Trying to shoot those plates. 5 misses in a row. I'm like, fuck, shoot the big ones. I like the pings. That'd been real good if I didn't miss that last one. Fast enough?
Mm-hmm. Oh, we're out.
I've been looking for a new home defense gun for a while. I used to use the Glock 34 for years, and the reason why is lightweight, simplicity, and reliability. Shooting this, Jesus, is this fast. This doesn't feel like a Glock. The trigger feels great. I was telling my wife that, man, I mean, I don't know if this would be a pick, but if I was late at night and I heard a bump in the night, and this was on my nightstand, I picked this up, I'd feel awful comfortable with this. I mean, my years of shooting the Glock 34, plus the compensator of this, the low mount red dot, I'm not even shooting this with an X300, it's fast as fuck.
Did you see me double tap them as they went down? God, I'm so good.
I like that a lot. I definitely think that this kind of helps out a lot with this.
Yeah?
Yeah. Compared to the other Glocks I shot, I definitely like this a lot more. I like that texturing right here too for holding on to it.
Yeah.
Oh man. Well, I did that way easier than usual.
You did a great job on the star.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
This gun's super awesome though. I really like getting that texture in on the side for like
Gripping down.
yeah.
The hostage plate is my nemesis, so I feel pretty good about that.
Ooh. That last one I did not hit, it just fell.
I know, I saw it. I'm just gonna try to hit the big guys. We're at like 50 yards. I'm not great at distance, but it's a light gun, so I'm hoping I can do good with it. You wanna try?
Yeah. I can't say hostage.
Hit! 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 Hit!
All right, well, that was a good damn time, as I expected. I was a little nervous about this because I haven't shot a Glock in a while, and I was like, man, I haven't shot a Gucci Glock in a long time. But the difference between getting a Terran tactical gun and getting something that you make yourself is this one actually works. I have tried and tried and tried to get triggers half this good and failed miserably, caused light strikes, caused all kinds of malfunctions, but for whatever reason, those guys get the job done, and I appreciate them for it. We shot 200 rounds of ammunition through this gun with 0 malfunctions, as I expected. What I didn't expect was it to be as flat shooting and as quick as it actually was. Now, I should have, because I mean, he's kind of the king of Glocks after all. Like, he's won a bunch of competitions with Glocks, things like that. But, you know, I haven't been out and done the Glock thing in a while, partially because of the trigger, and partially because I've been on the pre-cock striker game for a while. Now, the Glock that I have in front of me here is really impressive. First off, the low reciprocating mass of the slide, getting a big cutout here, cutouts on the side, and having it a Glock 17 size slide gives it probably the weight of even a 19 or a 26, allowing it to reciprocate very, very quickly. The milling on the barrel is done very well, but particularly this compensator is extremely effective. I could tell that there was probably, you know, 20-30% the perceived recoil that I normally get from a Glock 17. Very, very light shooting. And then obviously paired with that trigger is really, really something.
Man, that trigger's so light.
So that trigger in and of itself here, as you can see, is very, very light. I would say that's maybe 4 pounds, maybe even 3.5 pounds, probably a third the weight of the standard Glock trigger. And then it doesn't skimp on the reset either. That's one thing you have to worry about with making triggers too light, is that you don't have that nice positive force reset, in which this gun absolutely does. Match that with the beautiful texture work that they do on the grip, and then this mag well, which is done really, really well. Not intrusive on the back, and then obviously creates a nice funnel, which you want. All the features you want, none that you don't. The main feature that I like on these is because Glock has these out indents here that you can make into gas pedals, which he does on both sides. The first people I saw do that was Agency Arms. However, this is the best version of that in my opinion. I even used to replicate this on my own Glocks. I used to take a Dremel and do this, although they don't look as good when you do them yourself, but they are cheaper, I will give you that. The other thing that he does is he undercuts the trigger guard all the way across here. Sometimes people do a little bitty indent, and that is not big enough for people with big knuckles. If you see where my knuckle sits on the gun, if you just do the little bit, the bump hits me when I shoot. Second thing people do, they make a little undercut here. He cut the whole thing so my whole hand can fit there. You get Glock knuckle a lot when you shoot Glocks. You will not get that with this. Now, one of the super cool things about this gun, and very, very unique in my opinion to this gun, is the takedown on this. So we don't normally do takedown on the channel, but this is really fascinating.
This is for educational purposes.
That's like the worst I've ever taken down a Glock, by the way. So you take the recoil spring out of this, and normally a comp's a huge issue. Normally you got to spin it out one way, spin it out the other way. Maybe you got to pop a pin out of it. Watch this shit. It went way better the first time. But anyway, so easy to get that out and get it back in. And for cleaning and for maintenance purposes, that is crazy easy to do. And that's always the nice thing about Glocks, right? Is they come together so easy. On top of that, we also have the very low SRO mount with an FD SRO, which is pretty cool. It came with the gun. And then on top of that, we have co-witness fiber optic front with a blacked out rear, which is my preferred sighting setup. This one's green, but I would switch it to red probably if this was my gun. Now, I think part of it came with my favorite optic. I think part of it is, you know, I'm an old school Glock guy, but a lot of this was nostalgia mixed with impressive performance. You know, I wanted to come out here and shoot a Glock. I haven't shot one for a while, and this one was ridiculous. Definitely the best Glock I've personally ever shot as far as speed and accuracy goes. Now, I don't know about reliability yet because of the first shots, but I'm guessing it's going to be pretty reliable since we put about 2,000 rounds to this Hand Viper in a week, and it had no malfunction. So overall, I've been extremely impressed with Taran Tactical. They are very, very expensive, don't get me wrong, and that's because of all the milling work, the coating, the compensator that you add, the trigger work. It's not just dropping in a Timmy trigger. He has Gunsmith actually work on each one of these guns to get the trigger absolutely perfect. Time is money. Is what it is. Now, as far as my final thoughts go on the gun, extremely impressive. Couldn't have went better, in my personal opinion. It shot Blazer Brass very accurately. It shot Federal really well. And then it shot some of my reloaded ammunition also, which I'm pretty happy with. It would be a really, really good two-gun gun, to be honest with you. Very light, very fast. And one of the cool things about it being lightweight is if it's in your holster all day, you don't notice it as much as like a 42-ounce 1911 or something like that. And obviously, if you're on duty, and you want like the super fastest gun ever, it might be a fairly decent choice for that, although the trigger is extremely light, and I don't know if your department would love that. That being said, formidable home defense gun. You could definitely carry this if you wanted to get bougie about it. I had a buddy who carried a Glock 17, a full-size Glock 17 for over 5 years, so I know you can do it. The Glock 17 Combat Master not only looks sick, but it shoots good too. So overall, phenomenal gun, and pretty fun day. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. Please help out your local homeless shelters, and remember to recycle. I'll check you later.